All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel. If listening to this today after Strickland Podcast Network, Knicks win in a spectacular thriller, 104-101 over the 76ers. Before we get started, of course, BetOnline is your number one source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and the NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores available to follow your favorite teams. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds just about every sport out there. Head to the website today and use your mobile device to get in on the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Woo! That was probably the most insane Knicks game I've ever watched, ever. Like, especially we got to start with that sequence at the end right there. I forgot what happened now. So Jalen Brunson hits that crazy three that gets the Kawhi bounce. I know Philadelphia fans probably have PTSD from that. God bless their souls. Actually, not really. And he gets the bounce. They throw a lazy inbound pass. Tyrese Maxey loses the ball. Josh Hart gets it. Dante DiVincenzo misses a three. Hartenstein gets the rebound, kicks it out to OG. OG kicks it out to Dante. And Dante gets the famed double bang to basically seal the win for the Knicks right there. Man, I am like sort of speechless right now, because like that was just insane. Therese, your thoughts, if you can even collect them.
I want to say fuck the Philadelphia 76ers as a staff, labeled as a motherfucking record crew. And if you're from Philly, then fuck you too.
Tyrese, you know he's in a good mood.
Huh? I don't like Philadelphia. They have the Eagles there, so I don't like Philadelphia by default. Fuck Saquon Barkley. Fuck Carson Wentz. Kelsey's cool like that. Yeah, fuck Meat Mill.
Who's that baseball player you guys say? Chase Utley, right?
Yeah, fuck Chase Utley. Always fuck Chase Utley.
Fuck Jimmy Rollins.
Fuck Jimmy Rollins. Who else I'm about to look up famous people.
Fuck Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck Philly. Fuck Tobias Harris, just because. Fuck
Julius Erving.
Absolutely.
Fuck Julius Erving. Fuck Wilt Chamberlain. Fuck Moses Malone. Fuck Charles Barkley. He played there for a minute.
Fuck Andre Iguodala. Fuck Will Smith.
Fuck Kyle Lowry.
Yo, fuck Kyle Lowry so fucking
times
hard.
1,000.
The most annoying player of all time. I swear he exists solely to like torment Knicks fans. Fuck him in his stupid fucking face. Fuck him. That's all I can say. I hate Kyle Lowry with passion. I'm sure I would love him if he was on the Knicks, but he's not on the Knicks, so fuck him. That was awesome, and that is. Look, man, I remember the LJ 4-point play, and that was like a higher stakes thing because it was Eastern Conference Finals. That sequence to end that game is
up there.
Unbelievable. Like, I've never seen anything like that in a Knicks game. I'm happy they didn't call a foul on Maxey, who was clearly just trying to flop to get a call at the end there. There was no contact from Brunson or Hart to make him fall down. I don't know what the hell that was. And dude, I mean, it's not just like Dante misses a three, and I'm like, oh, of course he missed the fucking three. And then Hartenstein just flies
grabs
in
the
like
rebound of
fucking
his life.
Superman, like fucking Clark Kent. He grabs the rebound. I don't even know how the fuck he got that to OG, because he got the rebound, and I was like, well, they're going to tie him up here. They're going to strip it. I have no clue he got it to OG. Thank God OG didn't try to do some fucking like robot, T1000 fucking drive to the rim or something. That he just swung it to Dante. And thank God Dante was just like, I don't care that I missed the last, like, have the confidence to take that again right
Tell
there.
Quentin Grimes do that shit.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes would not do that shit. Quentin Grimes would not, first of all, he wouldn't have been on the floor because Tibbs would have looked at him and been like,
yes.
You would
have seen him leaking his pants.
Have you
on
seen
the bench.
You've seen that meme, right? Where the guy's like, I don't think you have the facilities, big man. That would have been Tibbs to Quentin Grimes. He'd been like, I don't think you have the facilities for this moment, bro. That was awesome. That was an incredible. Again, these games in this series have been fucking just epic, like seesaw battles. The Knicks did not cover the spread today, unfortunately, but they did win, which is all that really matters to me. And and they're up 2-0, which also matters to me for betting purposes. But look, the fact is they're up 2-0. Brunson is shooting what now? Combined fucking 20 of like 50 from the field. I'm probably being generous than that. Yeah, it's fucking awful.
It's like 15 of 50.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. That feels right. To be up 2-0 in that scenario is crazy. And honestly, you got contributions from basically everybody else tonight, positive contributions for everybody. I do think there were stretches where Brunson is doing what he needs to do. He keeps getting baited into mismatch hunting. That's exactly what the Sixers want him to do. They want him to try to mismatch hunt because they're just having Embiid sit at the fucking rim, and Brunson can't get all the way to the rim. So he's having to settle for these difficult contested middies. And I mean, I was watching it on an MSG broadcast. I don't know, Tyrese, you probably poor soul had to watch it on TNT.
Yeah, David Goody's like, why is this happening to my beloved Sixers?
Yeah, I heard he was just going crazy about Philly in this game. But they pointed out, Breen and Clyde, that Philly's just sitting on his right hand. They're sitting on his left. They're not going to let him go to his left. So he's having to take these difficult fucking shots. And instead of doing that, you saw the glimpses of it in that third quarter, right? Where he's finding Hartenstein in these dishes. They got to get back to that. They've got to get back to their general motion on offense. Cause in the third quarter, they started that third quarter offensively great. They played the entire quarter great offensively, as far as I was concerned. And it's all of a sudden Brunson comes in down the stretch and then it's, we're back to fucking caveman 1997 basketball. And it's there's a better balance there. Fuck all that though. Again, just amazing performances across the board. Josh Hart, 48 minutes. I still think that's insane. He cannot play 48 minutes. He had nothing at the end of this game. You've got to give him some more minutes. And it's dude, Deuce McBride can play more than 21 minutes. OG and
Especially when he's making the plays that he made in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. OG can play more than 37. DiVincenzo can play more than 37. You can buy Josh Hart a few minutes. Bogey can play more than fucking 12. You know what I mean? You've got to buy him more minutes.
Bogey, huge stones in that fourth quarter, by the way.
Massive fucking gigantic grapefruit.
Just
Croatian
cock of
just a fucking 15-inch dick on this guy. Unbelievable.
All his fucking pubes went to the back of his fucking head.
It was just unbelievable. He was awesome. But literally everybody in this game made a positive. I even think I'm not trying to act like Brunson played a good game, but
shit.
I disagree with this, and I'll tell you why.
He's got porn brain.
He had 1 turnover to 6 assists.
Mayhead.
The Knicks as a team had 7 turnovers in this game. That is why they won this game. They did not win the rebound battle by much. They won by 2 off. They got 2 more offensive rebounds than Philly got. They got 2 more total rebounds than Philly got in this game. They won this game because they did not turn the ball over. They had 7 turnovers in this game. And whatever you say about Brunson, he didn't turn the ball over. I actually did think he made some really good passes in this game. He needs to lean into that more. That's what he needs to do.
Third quarter was making masterclass.
Yeah. Hartenstein, I don't know what the hell happened to him at halftime because I didn't even think he played a bad first half. But he came out at halftime and he looked like fucking, I don't even know. He looked like Tim Duncan or something. That was insane. He hit every floater. He was, I didn't even have
black.
Yeah, maybe a quarter actually.
Quarter black.
Yeah, but
quarter pint.
Yeah, Tyrese is rounding up by quarters here. But he just, I'm look. You're never gonna say he matched Embiid, but he did for a non-star center, he matched him as best as you could. He was incredible in this game, and again, that play at the end to get that offensive rebound is crazy. The fucking block on Maxey, he walked Maxey into that shot. He wanted Maxey to take that shot. He knew what he was going to do, and he fucking swatted that shit. I remember last on the last post game, might have been me and you that were talking about this, Sam, but I think we were talking about how we felt like Mitch was getting real close to blocking Maxey. I thought Hartenstein today, there were a few times where you were kind of seeing him line it up. He lined it up, man. He lined it up perfect, and he got him. And I know Tyrese Maxey had a really good game. I actually think the Knicks did a better job on him defensively than they did in the first game. I know that sounds weird to say, but I thought he got kind of fortunate, I thought, in a couple of the free throw calls that he got. And I thought they did a much better job of just making him try to finish left when he put the ball on the deck. They got to do a better job on the perimeter on him. They did do a much better job in the second half on the perimeter. He's a hell of a player, and when you're playing off of Joel Embiid, it's really fucking hard. I get the challenges there. But again, man, 101 points. They've given up 101 and 104 to Philly in 2 games. say whatever you want about the defense, and it hasn't been perfect, but like between the defense, the rebounding in game one, and very little turnovers in this game. And again, they had 7 turnovers total after 4 in the first quarter. I mean, that will win you games. Like, it's not about rebounds. It's not about turnover. The Knicks, if they can consistently win the possession battle, they're very, very difficult to beat. And they're going to be even more difficult to beat if and when Jalen Brunson ever remembers that he's allowed to shoot, above 40% from the field in a basketball game.
I don't know what happened to Jalen Brunson.
He became a gooner.
Well, besides becoming a porn addict,
he gave Julius his shoulder, and now he's like shooting like he's fucking drunk. That's what's happening.
Bro, Julius is gone, so someone had to take the role of playoff shitter. And I guess
Jalen Randall
took it to the plate. Yeah, I mean, spectacular stuff. I mean, the fact that the role players have been consistently able, and I know people are going to say role players play better at home, whatever, all that good stuff. But the fact that our role players have been consistently able to keep us afloat in these games, despite Jalen Brunson not playing as well, has been huge. To Schwinn's point, I do think McBride can give you some more minutes. He played well, especially in that early fourth quarter.
Made Tyrese Maxey his bitch.
Yo, he did the Zion on Kevin Knox thing where he just like ripped the ball away from him and just laid it up.
He big boyed him. That was fucking awesome. And I mean, look, he went 4 of 11 today. Anybody that tells you he played a bad game I don't even care. Like, he clearly did not. He was very, very good today again, especially in that fourth quarter. I mean, what can you say? Like, he is giving them big contributions in moments they need it. Thank you, Ozzy Mozzie, for the super chat. $7.99 super chat. I like this. I think
Embiid and Lowry.
I like the not going to like a specific dollar amount. I like the $7.99. I feel like I'm at a grocery store. It's very good. Thank you for the super chat. Let's go fucking Embiid and Lowry. Hey man, from your lips to God's ears. But yeah, dude. What can you say about Deuce? And it's not just like he missed all of his threes tonight, right? But he airballed the first one. To me, I don't care about that. What I care about is that he came back from that and he kept going and he kept playing aggressive. He missed a shot at the end of the first quarter. I thought that should have been a foul. They didn't call it. But then he came back in the second quarter and he made this lefty lay. I don't even understand the angle he made on. That was a crazy shot. We just talked about just when he absolutely big boyed Tyrese Maxey in the fourth too. And he made a big, and one midi over Oubre. Like, he just is.
He hit all like the momentum shots that you need to make. As
him and Bogey.
That's
second. So the second 3 Bogey hit was awesome. He almost hit that third one, which was insane. And that's the play that McBride got the offensive rebound on, where he just ripped it from Maxey. But yeah, dude, Bogdanovich too. It's like he was 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 when he came in the first half. And I genuinely thought he wasn't going to play in the second half. I was like, I don't think he's playing. He comes in and he's just fucking balls of steel launching threes. Unbelievable stuff, man. What a team. Like, honestly, that's all I can say. I can't say enough about this team, and it's incredible without Julius Randle, with Jalen Brunson playing like absolute shit offensively, to be up 2-0 against Philly. And they've gotten really good games out of both Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey in both games, as far as I'm concerned. I know Embiid's numbers weren't particularly great in game one. I thought he played really well, though.
His gravity and his impact was there in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he opens up so much for Maxey. Not trying to shit on Maxey. It's just like you can visibly see it. But yeah, to win these games, awesome. And again, let's just say this. Fuck Kyle Lowry forever. Fuck him in his stupid fucking face. I hate him.
Dog, did you see when he died on like the last possession of the game or whatever? He was like laying on the floor, crumpled up in a ball.
Yeah, and why was he? I don't even understand why he was like that. Like,
it was probably his own doing. He literally always gets hurt by his own doing. But to the Deuce point that I want to bring up, his confidence thing. I feel like the thing that that makes him so different from our other young guys that we had, like IQ and Grimes in these situations, is those guys. They kind of look shook after like they couldn't make their first couple of baskets in those games that they were playing with us. So the fact that Deuce, still having the stones to do what he did, despite his rough start early on in the game, it didn't let him like shake his confidence or anything. I feel like that's what we saw from previous young guys So it's just good to see that Deuce is a little bit wired differently in that way. Tyrese, any thoughts on the Deuce and Bogey minutes?
Emmanuel quickly wishes he was this good. That's all I got to say. Oh, fuck it. RJ Barrett, can RJ Barrett do that shit? No. RJ Barrett can't even take 3 dribbles without dribbling off his fucking dick. Fuck RJ Barrett. Back to the vertical schedule programming. I just have to get that in there. Yeah, Bogey was just fucking huge, man. Just 35 years old and fucking hung and swole and beautiful. There's no words to describe Bogdan Bogdanovic in that fourth quarter. He did just enough.
This guy's been playing. He like played in Eastern Europe, dude. You think he gives a shit about fucking loud fans? He's probably seen like fucking flares go off in game.
He's seen Geneva Convention violations in front of his kids. He's
probably been like threatened by like the Russian mafia before games to like throw shit. He's not worried about no fucking Stephen A. Smiths in courtside with his fucking. It's like, bro, you're going bald. Give it up, man. Like your forehead, like your hair is.
Bro, we beat the Stephen A. Smith curse today too. Shit.
That's why we fucking. Oh, Stephen A. Smith deserves to watch
Big Perk got me.
Yeah, he said he's pulling up to Game 5.
It won't be no Game 5.
I was just about to say, is there gonna even be?
They will be no Game 5.
Now, how does like a team like Philly? How do you mentally bounce back from that? I mean, we've seen Joel Embiid kind of like. And like the Philadelphia 76ers, they have a history of like not getting to a certain point in the playoffs. So like, how do you like mentally bounce back from that? Because like they at a certain point in the game, they had to feel like that game was theirs. Like they had to feel like that game was theirs. Like the way Jalen Brunson was playing in that fourth quarter, he misses all those key shots. Jalen Brunson has been our guy down the stretch. And I'm just wondering as a team, because if the Knicks had lost like that, and we have lost games like that in the regular season, it's easier to bounce back from that in the regular season. But to play against a team again and again and again and again in a series, how do you like mentally? I'm just curious about how do they mentally bounce back from that?
I don't know if they can. I mean, I think they'll win a game potentially. Like maybe they win Game 3. But like, if you gotta feel like Embiid gave you 30 and 11 or whatever. He had no gas in the fucking fourth, by the way. He had absolutely no gas. Like he was in the fourth, he was cooked, and it was Maxey going insane. Like Maxey scored 15 under 27 points. Just to like put it into context. So if you're the fucking Sixers, you're like you had a good Tobias Harris game for his standards. You had 34 and 10 from Embiid. You had 35 and 10 from Maxey. So your stars gave you 69 points. You survived the bad bench minutes, and you still lost. So I don't know what you do, man. I legitimately don't know what you do.
I don't know.
It's like again, and the entire thing hanging over this is Jalen Brunson has sucked shit. Like if Jalen Brunson finds, I don't know, whatever gooning zeitgeist he needs to find. Just to get back in the fucking, get his head back in the game, like whoever we need to send.
I don't know.
To the crib. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. But like, yeah, Jalen Brunson has sucked shit, and they're up 2-0. If he finds himself, what do you do?
And we'll talk about like what are some ways the Knicks can at least make things a little bit easier for Brunson too going into Game 3. I do want to get into some comments as we got.
I want to get into this comment. Larry Israel, my son and I got back from our Cedar Knicks down 1. A quick change into our matching Nova Knicks 11 for the most improbable ending I've ever seen. Not a bad debut for Strickland merch. Yes, the Strickland merch is available, and if you're mad at Jalen Brunson right now, don't worry. You can buy Dante DiVincenzo or Josh Hart merch also. Yeah. I gotta say, man, just if Brunson gets his shit together, the series is over. It really is. And like, do I think there's some stuff that Tibbs could do to make his life easier? Yeah, I do. Do I think do I think some of this is just him missing shots that he would make normally and overthinking and all that type of stuff? Yeah, I do. But all of it ultimately is on him. He's got to figure it out, and Tibbs can maybe do some stuff to help him. but it's on him. And like he's got to stop forcing shots. He had a shot today in the third quarter, I think. I think the Knicks might have been up. Might have been when they first took the lead. It was somewhere around that time where they took the lead, like 68, 67. He took this free throw pull-up. He had DiVincenzo wide open. Absolutely wide fucking open on the right wing. He's at the left. He's driving on the left side of the lane. If he makes that pass, like DiVincenzo has a wide open catch and shoot three. These looks are available for him to find. I know that a lot of times it's Josh Hart, and I also understand to some degree he is not passing it to Hart because he's like, it's Josh Hart. I get that. I understand it. We've all, mentally thought that as well at various points. But he's got to read the game better. He's got to trust his teammates more because you know what? They rewarded him when he trusted them tonight. They rewarded him. iHeart rewarded him. These guys all rewarded him when he trusted them. He's got to trust them more. He's got to stop trying. He's got to stop. I honestly think it would be better for him to come out and start these games and focus on diming guys up. Because it feels like he's starting these games and like, all right, I'm going to get myself going, and then I'll go from there. And it's like he misses a few shots and he starts pressing. And I would like for him to just focus on distributing at the start of these games. They're playing him. They're baiting him into scoring. They're baiting him into these shots. They want him to take these shots. Trust your teammates. He's got to trust his teammates. That's the key.
Third quarter, we got a glimpse of that, and it was a great stretch of basketball from him at that point.
And I will say again, like I want Josh Hart to play a shit ton of minutes. I'm not asking Josh Hart to get benched or anything like that. I do think you could help Brunson maybe a little bit if you play a OG, Dante, Deuce with Hartenstein lineup or whichever big really lineup where all three of those perimeter guys next to him are guys that teams aren't just going to auto help off of. And if they do, they're not just going to be standing in the paint. So that would help a little bit. But like, again, most like 90% of this is on Brunson. He's got to figure this out. Tibbs can do some things to help him, but the lion's share has to go to Brunson. Like we killed Julius Randle for stinking it up last year in the playoffs. Whatever the reasons were for that. Brunson's had a terrible first two games. You got to figure it out. We know he's got the capability. We've seen it in New York. Obviously, last year we saw it in Dallas. So he's got to step it up. I believe he will. I think he's too good of a player to not figure it out. And when he does, it'll be lights out for Philly.
Fuck
Yeah.
Philly.
Kenny Mayer, he says that was like the 99 LJ 4.0 new generation.
It's more insane. It's more insane for sure. I'll tell you that.
It definitely is. Like the shit leading up to it.
The 4-point play had no aura, and we're done with the 90s.
I love people complaining.
Okay, I don't know how I'm going to say this. Tyrese, shut the fuck up. Stop trying to denigrate teams that are awesome. You're a Knicks fan. Stop being a fucking loser.
We dove with the 90s.
No, we're not. You've never seen Eastern Conference Finals in your fucking life. Shut up. You probably thought Carmelo Anthony was great for fucking 10 years in your fucking pathetic childhood.
Jesus Christ.
What you call it? I see a lot of people complaining. I see a lot of complaining on the timeline, at least, about Nick Nurse's alleged call for a timeout.
When?
They're saying that he called a timeout when what you call it?
It was when Maxey was flopping like a dead fish out of water.
Also, he faked the timeout. By the way, he was pretending that he was going to call it.
Yeah, he like half-heartedly held his hands up and didn't make the signal. It's like, dude, you're either going to call it or you're not. So.
They had one timeout left, right?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to call it. That's it's obvious he didn't want to call it.
He's bitching now because
they lost. They lost. So I really don't want to hear it from anybody.
No, Zan, he called his timeout after that play. At 102-101 is when he called the timeout. Then he didn't have timeouts left.
Let's see what comments we got here, though. Ace Bishop says next game. Okay, never mind. He says next game the Knicks need to stop this loser shit and go ahead. Embiid, stop pretending Gimp Bead is good and break his ankles. Dude can't move, cross his fat stuff. I would like to see the Knicks at least try to get into transition a little bit more to just like make him and the Sixers run. They're not an athletic team, so like do that a bunch. But I would like the Knicks to protect the ball a lot better in transition too. They got stripped a ton today. It seems like the game plan is just like whenever the Knicks are going up to like at least swipe at the ball or swipe at their arms, hoping that you get them to drop it off themselves. There were some fouls that got missed on those type of calls, but for the most part, the Knicks ended up getting a lot of turnovers off those plays. So hopefully the Knicks clean that up.
This is a good call by Larry. That's a really good point. Larry Israel says underrated shitbird Nick Nurse. Good. That's a really good one. Shitbird Nick Nurse wasting a timeout, challenging that obvious foul on Larry probably cost them the game. No timeouts left, and Max is on the floor. Yeah, the other thing, no, they had one, by the way, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. But what was fucking hilarious about this is on the MSG broadcast, both Breen and Clyde were like, well, he might as well do it. He's got nothing to lose. And I'm like, it's a 4-point game. Like, I understand the Knicks looked at that point, right? Like, if you were betting money, you'd been like, I'd fucking put, all of my money, all of my shekels on the Knicks to lose the game. But like, it's a 4-point game. So acting like that didn't matter was so weird to me. But shout out Breen and Clyde for on every replay being like, well, I could see how this call should maybe go against the Knicks. Really missed that. Really missed Gus Johnson's unabashed homerism tonight a little bit. But yeah, Nick Nurse just. I mean, I thought he got lucky on the fucking one they won too. I don't know how you overturn that.
Yeah, he's like he like clawed at DiVincenzo's arms to get the ball out, and they were like marginal contact, whatever. Jake Andrews is ranking the shots. The Allen Houston shot is, of course, on top. Then he puts the DiVincenzo 3. Then he has the Larry Johnson 4-point play.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Like series winner, insane. Just it's because it's not just the DiVincenzo 3, right? It's like the sequence of events that led up to it. Well, especially because they pissed away the lead. So you're sitting there like, oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. We have to go to Philly and try to get a split now. But like, yeah, it's the whole sequence. And then look, the LJ play is fucking awesome. But that was game 3, and they still needed to win 2 more. And it was like, it was one play. I don't know. It was obviously amazing, but I think that the Houston shot and DiVincenzo 3 sequence are definitely better. Also, Jake, good to see you, man. I haven't seen you around in a bit, so good to see you're still around out there, and happy to see you in the comments.
Bro, how many times have we watched Knicks games happen? How many times have we watched Knicks games and shit like this? We have been the receiving end of this type of shit.
This is karmic. This is the world doing us a solid because of that fucking Rockets call, and I'll take it.
Bro, this is the Knicks. This is the world doing us a solid from what you call it. The Dallas games this year and last year.
This is for Amari's 3 not counting at the buzzer.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Like,
have you guys seen Uncut Gems?
Yes.
So Adam Sandler asks him about that. He's like, "Hey, KG, was it good though?"
Oh man,
there should have been time left on the clock though. That was bullshit.
Lucky Ducky says, "Someone check up on Tro, bro, dude. I know I'd be sick if that happened to us."
I will talk to him after the series.
I don't think he's tweeted.
Poor guy, man.
Bro, I would shut off my phone if this had happened to my team, dog.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's going through it. Never mind.
Is he? I mean, look, I would be going through it.
Yeah, if this happened to my team, I legitimately would not.
Do you remember the end of the fucking OKC game? That was a regular season game. I was going absolutely crazy. I lost my mind at the end of that game.
Like, could you imagine Josh?
What did you imagine? You remember after Game 6 last year against Miami? I fucking I wanted to shoot myself in the head.
Dude, and you had to live with that like all summer long, where it's like your season ended because Jalen Brunson didn't want to fucking kick it out.
Well, at least my friend isn't Josh Hart, who apparently was like trolling Brunson about this. Yeah, I was open, dog. Yeah,
Dude, he legitimately brings it up like every time Brunson pisses. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was wide open."
Yeah, I was open, by the way, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Hart today, hitting threes again. They said that Josh Hart wouldn't do this again, and he did it again.
They said he was a one-hit wonder.
Bro, everything that they said wouldn't happen again. I mean, Deuce didn't hit 1,000,000 threes, but like he still played well. But like all the things that the Sixers fans and everybody else was saying wouldn't happen again, they happen again. And the thing is, the Knicks role players have been consistently good all year. So like this is not a surprise for us. It may be a surprise for other fans across the league that haven't been watching us all year. But like our role players consistently adding to what we already have and like sometimes even carrying us for certain stretches is nothing new. Like
They
this is
said
something that we're all used
Hartenstein.
to.
They said Hartenstein couldn't lock up fucking Embiid, and all I saw was Embiid getting his ass locked up. I'm sorry, man. Like 12 of 29 for 34 points with 12 free throws is atrocious. And I
Bruh,
get it.
and,
He's
like,
on
all
one.
Yeah,
He's on
like,
one knee, but like I don't want to hear it, bro.
Wait,
Bro,
you thought he played atrocious today?
I
Embiid?
didn't think he played atrocious, but like,
Second half, he had what? I think they said no rebounds, no assists, no blocks.
second half he was second half
He was throwing shit up.
But like they're clearly so much like I understand that he did. Like, to me, this
individual
is kind of like the Brunson thing, where I'm like, I get that Brunson played like shit, but you're kidding yourself if you think the Knicks are going to win this game without him playing a shit ton of minutes. Like the Sixers are not even in. This is not a ball game. If he plays 20 minutes tonight, it's not a ball game. The Knicks win this by like 15, 20 points, maybe more. Like I get that he individually maybe did not play a good game, or definitely not a good second half. But without him, they're fucking dead. Like they're dead in the water, man. They don't have a shot. They don't have a shot without Embiid on the floor. They're like every time he's off the floor, you can just feel like you can see fucking Paul Reed pissing his pants. Like you can actually see it.
Bro, it's getting scary for their bench, by the way. Like, who the hell are they gonna play?
What did I tell you? I was like, their bench isn't good. Like this bench is.
Bruh, like they tried to play campaign minutes, I think, in game 1, and like campaign was a cheerleader today. So like their bench is getting thinner and thinner because Paul Reed, like I know Nick Nurse talked about the possibility of starting Paul Reed. I wouldn't do that if I were him, but good luck if he wants to try it. But yeah, it's looking really scary for their bench because, like, I mean, who comes off their bench now? It's like Buddy, Nicholas Batum, and Paul Reed, and like those three haven't really done anything this series. I mean, I know Batum hit like a 3 or something, but like those other guys, they haven't really done anything. I don't know. Maybe they'll get some contributions. The role players usually play better at home, but like I really don't see where they get the extra help from. I mean, it's just literally been Embiid and Maxey, and like, you know,
Kyle Lowry when like his fucking batteries aren't dead.
I mean, yeah, today they got like some solid minutes, I guess you can say, from
Tobias Harris.
But like, yeah, they consistently don't know where they're gonna get their other offense from. Whereas the Knicks, I mean, you can say like the Knicks don't know where they're gonna get their consistent offense from, but I mean, like the Knicks it's a collective effort every single night from everyone. Like, you know, you're gonna consistently get things from Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo and Deuce McBride. Like, you know, they're going to get things from those guys.
We need to make sure John Starks is traveling with the team, by the way. Bro, he's fucking going crazy at these games.
I love seeing that. I love seeing that shit, man.
Tyrese probably gets really upset.
He said you get upset at seeing John Starks.
In the 90s, I hate it.
We're done with the 90s, bro.
But yeah,
I'm surprised John Starks is allowed to be in the fucking building after that game 7.
You weren't even alive for that. Why would I care about your opinion on it?
You were in fucking college. I don't want to hear it.
I was not in college, but I mean, I wish.
Bullshit. I've seen your beard.
Yeah, I know. You see it every day.
I know. Actually, I love you, dude. I love you.
Jordan Bob, he said last Knicks to hit a go-ahead shot with less than 15 seconds left in the postseason win. Dante DiVincenzo game 2 versus the Sixers. Julius Randle game 5 versus the Heat. Jalen Brunson. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember.
Was that game 5? Was that close?
Are you it was. It was. That was the game where Grimes and Brunson played.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hit a 3.
Glitched out.
Okay.
Now he hit a go-ahead shot. It says just hit go-ahead shot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just go-ahead shot with less than 15 seconds left.
I do not remember that, but okay.
Me neither. I guess we'll have to look it up.
Oh yeah, that was like
someone
his
sent us a link or something.
Game, like one of his other ones. So.
And Jalen Brunson 2023 game 4 versus the Cavs.
I do remember that one too. That was the fucking Josh Hart rebound, and then.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Schwinn's internet is restarting for those that are wondering about his whereabouts. He'll be back soon.
Screen capping this, by the way, real quick. profile picture on Twitter.
You got it just in time,
Yes,
literally.
I did, bro. I'm so happy.
Oh man. What you call it? Let's see what else we got here.
Swin Brunson
Josh Hart.
does. Swin looks like he's mid-gooning. He is experiencing the Jalen Brunson. All right.
Crying. But yeah, Josh Hart tonight, 21 points, 15 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4-7 from 3. Man, if Josh Hart keeps hitting threes like this, man, I'm gonna have to cop the jersey. Man. Cause like turn into a postseason sniper, like that's real shit right there. 48 minutes, by the way.
He's him, bro. He's him.
Yo, the funniest thing is Thibs before the game, like there was that poll that came out from the Athletic, I guess, about like players, coaches that were talking about players and shit like that. Or players talking about coaches that they wouldn't want to play for and stuff like that. And Thibs again for the 3rd year in a row was leading the poll. And what you call it, Josh Hart, he like said like these dudes are soft. And before the game, Thibs was like, I guess he wants to play more minutes. And lo and behold, Josh Hart played more minutes today. So
He said, "You tell me something like that again, you go 53. We'll find a way."
oh, Sean is back. Let's see. Kendrick Perkins. Jordan Bob says, Kendrick Perkins. Somebody told Leon Rose, William Wesley, and Thibs that I'm in that motherfucker building for game 5. Let's see if there is even one. There probably will be, maybe.
I assume so. I mean, but then again, shit. Like if they win game 3, if you're the Knicks and you win game 3, I don't know if it gets to game 4, man. Embiid just looks gassed, man. I'm sorry, like he just looks.
Embiid, what was up with him in that first half? By the way, why was he like so aggressive with like the most random things? First of all, I gotta say though, I don't know why they
the
reviewed
drugs
that
he's
Hart.
on.
But
It's the drugs he's on.
Why did they even review that Hart one? Because Hart like got up immediately and was not asking them to review it.
Yeah, Hart was like he was just like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he was
like,
cool with just like
lost.
continue the game. I didn't think that was like I just thought it was like, all right, whatever. Embiid's being a little.
What you do about nothing?
But like the second one with Dante, I don't know what he was like. I genuinely don't understand.
Some drugs, man.
Because he was like super mad, and then he was arguing his point to the ref, and I'm like, what point are you like? What point are you making? I want to hear like I would love to know what his argument was, dude. He was like next to me, bro. So I just had to like push him with the ball. It was just crazy what he was on.
He's on drugs.
I do think the Knicks were trying to bait him though a little bit. Did you catch that at some point in the 3rd quarter? I think Brunson like.
Yes, he tried to grab the ball from him.
Yeah.
And Embiid was looking at the ref. He was like, Brunson's like sneaky with that shit though. Like a lot of players, didn't they say like that Brunson talks like mad shit on the court and shit, like when he's playing?
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of Embiid too, like what the fuck was up with his eye too? Did you see that shit? Like he couldn't blink with one eye.
I can't with this. This guy like every year finds some new fucking injury nobody's ever heard of during the playoffs. It's like unbelievable.
Okay, to be fair, I think
one eye blinking syndrome.
Knee injuries do like cause that. It's like a weird thing where it's like your eye gets messed up because of your knee, but like
I saw a Philly fan had tweeted like they were like injuries to your favorite players will make you find some like new medical discoveries on Google.
This is Lucky Ducky Perkins and another. This from Kendrick. Another thing before I move on. All those soft ass players that said they wouldn't want to play for Tibbs. Guess what? Tibbs don't want to coach y'all cupcake asses either. Carry on. That's I genuinely did not. I was like, first, I was like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Like, there's a bunch of fucking losers in the NBA that just
don't want to play for the Knicks. Okay.
Yeah, cool, great. Like, I guess
I don't want these bitches on our team.
It makes it a lot easier for us to like figure out.
So weed through who we want.
So the 75% of these players we don't want. Great. Let's move on.
Let's roll with what we got.
This is from Jordan Bubb posted this. I don't think our confidence ever wavered. It wasn't like the game was over. Never is, especially playing for Tibbs. It's from Dante. Dude, Dante and Art might have like shrines to Tibbs in their house or something.
They probably do.
Dante's been like crying so hard, like if those guys want to say mean things about Tibbs, they're not in our building. They don't know what happens in practice.
Oh my god.
We're not ducking the smoke, guys.
DiVincenzo, man. Absolute balls of steel hitting that plate. I'm gonna watch that.
What
play
did you
a
What did you
million
guys
times.
think of Dante's post shot face? I was a little bit disappointed. Just very weird. His like face.
He shot the mean mug.
Crunched up like a little angry baby.
You know what? I'll let him have it because like it's better than
He
that
didn't know what
fucking-
to do. He didn't know what to do.
It's like better than that RJ Barrett shit he would do when he would like fucking snarl. And I hated that shit. But you know what? I'll take it from Devo. That's fine.
Oh man. Let's see. Nora, I think Tyrese had brought this up earlier. He says we got away with murder, and you don't think OJ is with us right now? Let's fucking go.
That's crazy.
Do I dare say shout outs to OJ?
Please don't say that.
The glove to infant, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. It's a good comment though. I like that. This is from DiVincenzo, also from Garden Above. This is what we do. This is who we do it for. Dante DiVincenzo, as the Garden Faithful, serenades him as the Knicks go up 2-0 in the series. I wonder if he's ever had his name chanted before in an NBA arena. Probably
It's
not.
gonna be a hard ass name. David. Actually, no.
That's pretty easy, actually.
Never mind.
It's
like-
like
It goes.
perfect amount of syllables.
Wow, Tyrese just owned himself. on air.
It's been a day, bro. Okay.
Oh man.
Dude, I genuinely I just didn't move the entire game. Like even at halftime, I was like, I can't get up right now. I just can't do this. This game was fucking intense, man. What a crazy game. You know, I'm sure that there'll be a lot of conversation about you know, stuff that Tibbs can shift around and all that type of stuff. But you know, like asking for perfection is too much.
It's a play. It's gonna be ugly.
Yeah,
It's gonna be ugly no matter what.
And I don't think that it's that much to ask for him to not play Josh Hart for an entire game, for all 48 minutes. But like, he is again. I'll continue to say it. Like, I can't expect perfection from him, but I do think that he is showing that he's being more adaptable than he has been in the past. It's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be stuff that you can nitpick and point out and be critical of. And I think that's fair to critique him, as long as that critique also understands like how far he's developed as a coach. And also, like, quite honestly, it's very hard when your best player is struggling. It's really hard when your best player is struggling. So I think he's coached fine the last two games. And I would say coached game one really well, actually. Tonight, a little bit different, but I think defensively, his game plan is working. I think they've been good. And look, I think Nick Nurse is a really good playoff coach. I think he's really, really flexible. He's obviously tactically versatile. We all saw what he did in Toronto. Tibbs is not, like, to me, it doesn't feel like he's getting rings ran around him or something like that. You know what I mean? I think he's matching up pretty well with Nurse, if not out coaching him. So I have, you know, I'm sure when I do the pod tomorrow with Stacy, we'll talk a little bit about stuff I'd like to change. But as far as like genuine criticism of Tibbs, like I don't know, I just can't really get there right now.
I would play Josh Hart every minute if I could, too. I don't blame him.
Yeah, the problem is there are like 3 more rounds after this, hopefully.
Okay.
So you have to actually like preserve him. He's
His
been playing
knee's
short
not
minutes.
mine. Okay, in all seriousness, though, I just don't know if I trust our rebounding. But I mean, it's something that you're probably got to figure out at some point during the series. So,
But like, bro, this is the thing that is so fucking annoying about this, because we were talking about this all day in our Discord. It is not like you can win games in other ways other than dominating the glass. We fucking just did it. It just happened. We all just watched it. The Knicks won a basketball game where they didn't dominate on the glass. We cannot be so single-minded where it's like, well, Josh Hart has to play 48 minutes because I said this, like, he has single-handedly, to some degree, kept us afloat as a defensive rebounding team since Julius Randle's gone out. But like, you have to try to, like, you cannot just have that be the sole focus of everything. Like, it's okay to be like, hey, for fucking 8 minutes against their shitty ass fucking bench, where like Nick Batum and Kelly fucking Oubre are the wings. Like, you can not have Josh Hart on the floor for a couple minutes. Give him a breather. It's fine. He'll probably be better off for it. I mean, did you see that last three he took in the fourth quarter? He couldn't, like, there was no lift on it. As soon as he let it go, I was like, that shit is short as hell. There's no way that's going in. You can't play him 48 minutes, especially at the intent. This game was played at a crazy level of intensity. This is probably the two game 1 and game 2 in our series, and that New Orleans OKC game last night were probably they're the three most intense games I've watched in this postseason so far. Like, you cannot play him 48 minutes, especially the way he plays. The way he plays, you've got to find him a couple minutes here or there, man. You can't play him 48. That's crazy. Like, I'm sorry. If it's crazy to be like, hey, could you just play him like 41 tonight? That's, if you can't find a way to figure that out, I mean, come on. That's not asking a lot. That really is not asking a lot.
Yeah. Thibs has to find the right balance there. Postseason, it could end up. We're hoping that it's a very long postseason, and you want to be able to at least buy your guys as much minutes as possible. I mean, he lets Brunson sit. I mean, granted, Brunson, like, you know,
I think I'm pretty sure Brunson has. I mean, he's been kind of steady with his minutes more or less since he came back from that injury after the that Cleveland game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that it's just something where like they kind of know roughly how much they have to manage it. He struggled obviously as well, so like you're less inclined to just be like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna play 45 tonight." But I do think there's some type of minutes limit going on there. Yeah. By the way, 3 days between games. I think Brunson needs that desperately. So good for us.
Yeah, he needs it for multiple reasons, apparently. Kenny Mayer asks, did you agree with not fouling on last possession? I get it's tricky as you don't want to foul them shooting a three, but felt like they had chances to foul there.
You always foul up three. I don't believe in a context where you don't foul up three. It's just too risky. Because, like,
did they have an opportunity to foul them though? Like, I feel like, yeah, you could say you could have fouled.
Foul them in the backcourt. Legitimately fouled them in the backcourt.
They threw it to Maxey in the backcourt, right? And then he like threw it up to Embiid. Isn't that what happened? Or am I misremembering?
No, he brought it up.
Right, but then he threw it to Embiid, right?
After he crossed half court.
I get that, but what you're saying is,
I'm saying foul him before he even gets to half court.
Right, but what you're asking then is for the defender to basically like press up. And clearly in that instance, I guarantee you in Tibbs' head, he's like, I want to keep everything in front of us. That's what I want. Because I don't want any potential for Maxey to burn his defender and then walk into a three. Or then now we're scrambling and we give up a wide open three. I guarantee that's his logic.
I know. I would have just
I don't totally disagree with it, but I do like I'm kind of like in between where I agree with you that you should foul. You should definitely foul as far as I'm concerned. But it has to be in a situation where you know you're not going to give up a 3-point shot. And I thought the moment they had was when Hart was like on Embiid, right? And Embiid is his back to the basket, but it's Embiid. This guy is like, if he even senses that that you're going to reach in, he's going to, put up a shot. And yeah, maybe you can say the rip through isn't a shooting foul, but who the hell, like, it's late in the game. I don't think you want to risk that. I get it.
Do not put the game in the hands of the officials, especially when you're the Knicks.
I'm pretty sure the Knicks had a timeout though. So like the Knicks had a timeout, the Sixers were out of timeouts, and at that point, it like legitimately, as soon as they inbounded, I would have just like fouled them to the line and then whatever happens to the free throw line happens to the free throw line, and then we fucking take the timeout and then we have it in the front court. But I mean, it worked out, so I can't really complain about it too much.
I mean, I agree. I agree with you in theory. I just think executing it is harder than, like, I fundamentally agree with you. I just think executing is always trickier than
the 76ers plan to file a grievance with the NBA over the officiating across the first 2 games of the series.
Get a grip. Get a grip. Where is that?
Honestly, what are they?
Where is that? Where is that?
That's on Tim Bontemps.
Get a grip, man.
That's insane. That is insane. That's a franchise that's like tilted. I'm sorry. That game absolutely tilted them.
Bro, they're mentally shook now.
You have Embiid like chanting to himself that we're the better team. I think the thing is like they still think they're the better team, and they still think they're like, oh, we're still gonna win the series instead of like, dude, they would have to win 4 or 5, including 2 at the Garden.
Bro, they're mentally shook. They already have the excuses ready. They have the excuses ready for when they lose.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. So again, if I'm the Knicks, I'm thinking like 3-0, that team is done.
Bro, this is insane.
Oh my!
Everyone's laughing at them though. Good.
Yes.
This is the playoffs. You're filing
that's
grievances for
soft.
officiating when you have Joel fucking Embiid throwing his body into people.
Again, like that's like the
Give
one.
me a grip. Give me a grip.
That's the one franchise that we can't be like, oh no, officiating doesn't work in our favor. You have the guy who leads the league in free throws made and attempted.
Like, give me a break, dog. Enough of this shit. Enough. I thought it'd be some other team doing this shit. It reminds me of when did the Rockets did the Morey Rockets do this too when they had Chris Paul and Harden?
They didn't file a playoff game, right? It was a regular season game.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a playoff game.
If it's their MO. Morey bitching. There was this comment here. Neo Schmidt. He says, insane that Brunson got both feet behind the line. KD could never. Never.
Look,
KD could never.
The Cavs never were that soft, man. Like that's how.
Bro, like the Cavs, we absolutely beat the shit out of them last year, and they still were
understand?
You know what? Fairs. They're like fairs.
Like you understand how soft you gotta look to make fucking Jared Allen and Evan Mobley like tough guys.
Bro, there's no way.
Salute to Evan Mobley and Jared Allen now. Salute to them.
I genuinely don't understand. What are they filing a grievance over? Like I'm genuinely like I don't, because I'm being serious. I tweeted this out during the game. I watched this series and I pretty much have come away thinking like I think they're calling it like pretty even. Like that's been my take. I've not watched either. Like if the Knicks had lost today, I guarantee you I wouldn't have been like, wow, I can't believe this whistle we're getting. It's unbelievable. Like I thought, yeah, were there some calls that I disagreed with? Absolutely. Were there some calls that I thought maybe they missed or maybe they just decided not to call on us? Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's gone that way for both teams. Look at what they're doing to Brunson. You're trying to tell me that he's not being grabbed and held the entire way up the floor? Give me a break, man. Like I genuinely could not wrap my head around what they're possibly filing a grievance over. But hey,
again, when you watch the replay and you watch Tyrese Maxey push off on Josh Hart before he gets the inbound, like file a grievance on that shit, dude. Because that's actually the most loser shit I've ever seen.
Shout out to the super chat.
All I'm saying is I'm waiting for that Daryl Morey tweet where he tweets after he gets his ass kicked. Like I can't wait for that tweet. I will be retweeting that tweet as soon as it drops. I have fucking post notifications on for that fucking tweet. Fuck Daryl Morey, man. That guy's a fucking loser. And that entire organization is just like soft and a bunch of losers.
Daryl Morey is like I have fucking hated Daryl Morey forever because he is so arrogant and has become this fucking he is so
Elon Musk of this shit.
It's ridiculous how much praise this guy has gotten for doing what? What has he done? Oh, he got his team to a conference finals? Wow. Do you want a fucking cookie? Do you want a cookie? Do you want a medal for that? Oh, conference finals? Wow, dude. That's so impressive. Holy shit. You're a genius. He is such a fucking whiny bitch. I can't stand him. I think his entire resume as a GM is overrated. I think, oh my God, he's so good at analytics. All that crap is totally overrated. This guy is pure and simple. His entire career as a GM, he is a star fucker. That is what he is. All he cares about is superstars. That is all he is literally like a fever dream of what James Dolan was as an owner for like 15 years, where all he cares about is getting stars. He doesn't give a shit about anything else. He's a joke. He's fucking pissed that he's down 2-0 in a first round series against a team that he probably, with his bullshit fucking internal nerd numbers, was like, oh, they can't possibly win. They don't take the right shots. They don't have the perfect Morey ball chart. Whatever the fuck he has cooking up in his bullshit fucking analytics department. Hey, look, he did a great job of getting Daniel House paid and getting PJ Tucker's corpse paid and pissing off James Harden to the point that he had to trade him for, at least he got Nick Batum, the wonderful Nick Batum, who randomly went off for 20 points in a playing game. What a fucking hero. He's a joke. He's always been a joke. He's completely overrated as a GM.
Showing that video you posted on the tweet of Draymond with the steel chair and the
Dude, Draymond. Draymond just popped.
Draymond Green is gonna.
Yo.
But look, let's be real. Look, Daryl Morey walked into a team that had Joel Embiid. Okay, he drafted Tyrese Maxey. Congrats to him. His master plan was trade for James Harden, and he fucked it. He completely fucked it. And you compare that to the job Leon Rose has done, where he walked into a team that what we had Julius Randle at the time, everybody was like, it'd be nice to trade him for an expiring contract and get a pick for it. Mitchell Robinson, who we all was like, okay, he's a good young player, but who knows what he can be. And RJ Barrett was like our beacon of hope in terms of young talent. And yeah, he had cap space. And look at what he's built since then. Anybody who still thinks in the year 2024, Daryl Morey's an elite GM has their head buried so far up their own fucking ass. I mean, I have no idea where to go with it other than that, but that's what it is. Their head is just buried so far up their own fucking ass they can't see shit. He is at best an average GM, at absolute best, and he's a clown, and he's a whiny loser crybaby who hopefully gets swept and then gets fucking fired because he's a fucking loser. Fuck him.
Shout out HB Greg for the $9.99 super chat, keeping up with our grocery store theme here. I'm new here, but the way I recognize you three is the big better, the smart one, and the shitter. Let's get some super chats. Let's go, Nick. Shout out Carmelo Anthony. You're not getting your number retired. # fake fan. So yeah. Joel Embiid had some comments after the game. He said, we're going to win this series. We're going to win this. We know what we got to fix. We did a better job today, so we're going to fix it. We're the better team, and we're going to keep fighting. Jordan Bub also notes that Embiid looked absolutely devastated and basically gassed when he was saying this. Confident guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be devastated too if my team had me like, your knee's fine, dude. Don't worry. It's no long-term damage. You could do this.
Yeah, you're not gonna be in a wheelchair by age 37. You'll perfectly be able to walk fine. EJ1 bringing some new perspective here. He says we can still easily lose this series the way things are going. Don't act like we won this series already. The Sixers only need to clean up a couple things. Meanwhile, our star looks like dog shit.
All right.
Just some new perspective brought here by EJ1.
I mean, we could lose the series. I don't really give a shit about that. The Knicks won an awesome game. So if you want to be depressed about Jalen Brunson's bad stat line and the possible world we live in where we lose the series,
hypothetical world,
go for it. I don't really care. I'm not going to get into that right now.
Joel Embiid also says that the refereeing at the end of the game was fucking unacceptable. What game has everyone been watching?
I have no idea.
How about you fucking grow meniscus, pussy? I don't want. Oh, fucking unacceptable, bro. You got what? 12 free throws again? That's pretty unacceptable in my opinion. For the amount of contact that he draws and the way that he plays, to complain about refereeing from him is just irony at its finest, man.
The fact that the Sixers of all teams is saying this shit is like, it's what's killing me.
The team
sorry, Kyle Lowry is fucking 35 years old and you can't fucking move anymore without a day off in between. Like, get the the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Let's see.
What I just like, what is the officiating? Like talking about the Maxi play? Like I genuinely do not understand like what it is that you're watching at the end of this game. Like, did something happen on that offensive rebound that I missed? I have no clue. Bro, they even got that fucking bullshit overturned on Dante.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't know what the 76ers are watching. They should maybe ask for their role players to play better basketball instead of worrying about the officials. Yeah. Someone said that Schwinn looks like he's mid-gooning, by the way. That was when your face froze during the when your internet went out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Just like randomly I get the
I took a
like,
screenshot. You're good.
Nice. I'm really excited for you to use this randomly on Twitter.
I absolutely will.
Giannis LB80 says it will be tough at Philly, especially game 3. They will play with desperation and the refs wanting to extend the series. We will need to be legendary. And I don't doubt it. I mean, I think the Nova 3 will be prepared for it.
I will say this. They're filing a grievance against the refs in the middle of the series.
That could really come back to bite them in the ass next game.
I think there's a difference between it gets smart to me when coaches complain about officiating. I get that.
I remember when Nate McMillan did that.
Oh God, he fucked us in that series with that. I mean, not like it's not like we lost the series because of that, but yeah, he definitely had an impact on that series. But like, I get that. I think that's all well and good. It's gamesmanship. You know, that's been going on forever. To file a grievance is so funny, man.
Like you didn't even wait till the series to be over. Like you're already like crying. You're already crying.
It's unbelievable.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how the officials handle game 3. I'm very interested to see what goes on there. Giannis LB80 also says also get OG off of Maxi.
Yes. Let's talk about
I agree with you there. So it's so weird because I thought that in our previous matchups, when we found success, it was when either Dante or Deuce was on Maxi at point of the attack, and OG was on either Tobias or whoever else was in the corner, so that way he can be like a roamer, sort of like a free safety kind of thing. And that's when the defense really found success against Philadelphia. I don't know if Thibs' game plan is just to let Maxi and Embiid just cook the whole time and just like let the other guys like not be a factor, but I rather have Dante, and I feel like Dante played.
Well, by the way,
much better defense on him.
Real quick, this is a tweet from last year, May 2023. This from Woj. An interesting dynamic approaching Celtics Sixers Game 7 per sources. NBA's officiating game report shared with teams from Game 6 revealed a significant disparity. 13 officiating errors disadvantaging 76ers to 4 disadvantaging Boston. Those can include calls and non-calls. Obviously, we know that did not work. They did not get anything overturned there. And they ended up losing the series in embarrassing fashion in Game 7, where Joel Embiid and James Harden basically quit. So hopefully history is repeating itself.
Oh, yes, it will. Basketball gods, they never fail somehow. They never fail. Oh, yeah, there we go. HV Greg says Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey. Shout out to him for the super chat, 49 super chat, keeping up with the grocery store price themes. Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey are a match made in heaven with how whiny they both are. Match that with Kyle Lowry and match that with Kyle Lowry and Joel Embiid, and you've got like the holy foursome of absolute stupidity. What happened?
I'm just laughing at the holy foursome of.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go Holy Trinity, but like he included Daryl Morey in it. But I was gonna go with Nick Nurse and
Embiid
and Lowry. That's the Holy Trinity of absolute bullshit. I hate those 3, as we all do.
Yeah, and also like I don't remember who posted this in here, but so apologize for not giving you credit. But I saw somebody messaging here like. This is a Nick Nurse coach team. Are we fucking serious? Like, do you remember playing his fucking Raptors teams where you're just playing fucking prison ball for like 48 minutes a night, and you got Pascal Siakam and his every time he drives through the lane, and then they're just fucking like mauling Julius and Brunson. It's just like, come on, man, what are we doing here? Like, just we knew what the series was going to be. It's too like this is Eastern Conference basketball. This is Eastern Conference playoff basketball. This is how it always is. You can cry about it, and it's fine for fans to cry about it, right? Like for us to cry about, that's not a big deal.
That's our job.
Yeah. For actual,
that we don't get paid for.
Yeah, for like actual people within the organization, players, coaches, executives, to be operating like that and doing it so publicly is pathetic. It is truly pathetic.
At least wait till the playoff series is over.
I just find it, I genuinely cannot believe that it's for these two games. Like, what have you been watching?
What has been so egregious that you need to do this? Like, I haven't seen any calls that are like Brunson getting hit on the Brunson getting called for that Houston call level or OKC, that type of stuff. The type of stuff that we've experienced as Knicks fans during the regular season. I haven't seen any level of that in this series on either side. So I'm just really confused as you are, Schwinn and Tyrese, that the Sixers are even going to this level this soon.
Yeah. By the way, I wanted to get back to this just because I forgot who mentioned it earlier, but about OG on Maxey. Kenny Mears says, I don't get why Tibbs isn't trusting DiVincenzo on Maxey. He's not the best on-ball defender.
Yes, this was the point I was getting to.
But he was getting after it today and doesn't cheat you on effort. Yeah, I thought DiVincenzo did a much better job.
Especially in that fourth quarter.
Yeah. And then Deuce obviously did a good job, as good a job as you can on Maxey. But yeah, I agree. And I also think like I would much rather have OG be able to kind of roam and do, disruptive things, he hasn't been able to get in the passing lanes at all in the series so far, and I think part of that is because he's defending on ball against Maxey so much, and it's taking away from the things he does well. Put it like they're ignoring our game plan is to ignore Tobias, right? Put fucking OG on Tobias then, and let
that was working in the first matchups. Yeah. I don't understand why we changed from it.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if we'll just call him friend of the pod, Jerry Ferreira, aka Turtle. He posted a clip of the Nick Nurse like pump fake timeout thing, and yeah, it's obvious. And then he tries to call a timeout when the ball is loose on the ground. So yeah, at that point, like, dude, give me a break.
They're not calling that in the playoffs, by the way. Like maybe regular season you get that, maybe you get that grace from the refs. Maybe it's the playoffs too.
Just if you want the fucking timeout, call it as soon as Maxey grabs the ball. As soon as Maxey grabs the ball, call time. Because you could tell by that point, right? Like it was a disaster inbounds. They barely got it off. He had to push hard. And yes, I know Brunson grabbed him after that, but he had to push hard to get the space. They barely get it in. I mean, that looked like Maxey could tip it out of bounds. And then he's in the fucking corner, and he's got Brunson and Hart around him. And it's like, dude, like that. If you want to call the timeout, just fucking call it there. But you know what I think he thought? I think he thought that the Knicks were going to intentionally foul. Right then.
Probably.
That's what he thought. And so he thought he was like he wouldn't need to. And then they didn't. And Maxey collapsed on the ground like fucking Lee Harvey Oswald was shooting at him from the book depository. and they ripped the ball from him because you got look, this is just me. The way they're calling these games, and I've been saying this about Brunson too. We talked about this in the last post game, Sam, and I think the same thing today. Like, stop trying to bait fouls. You are not going to get that whistle. Like, yeah, you're going to get some just because the volume of times you're going to do it, but you're not going to get the number that makes it efficient. Try to make the shot. Try to make the right play. Stop trying to bait fouls. You got to be fucking strong with the rock at the end of these games. They're not giving you shit. They're just not. They're not going to do it. And if you're not going to be strong with the ball there and you're trying to flop to get a call, I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. Like again, this is how they're calling the series. So if you want to sit there and complain and file your fucking cute little grievance, that's fine. Go for it. But that's just you not adapting to the way the game is being called. And I'm sorry. Maybe go get a defensive rebound. Go get a defensive rebound when it matters. End the game. You couldn't do that. Draw up a good inbounds play. Didn't do that. He had a fucking timeout, right? As soon as he saw the play went to shit, he could have called timeout right then. Hey, no, let's get this organized. He didn't.
Nope, he wanted to pump fake.
He didn't. So I feel no sympathy for him, and quite frankly, it's obvious that he's bullshitting. So this whole grievance thing is ridiculous, and the fact that they actually think that the officiating has been so egregious. Just shows you how diluted and like twisted and just completely demented their mindset is.
I mean, if they want to get on the ref's bad side in the middle of the series, by all means, go ahead.
Kenny Mirror, it's clear he didn't want the timeout up 2 with 27 seconds left to use his timeout. Too much time to use it. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
That's exact. And again, hey, you want to know how you would have had a timeout left? Another timeout left? Don't challenge a stupid fucking. And what was the benefit? Like, because I don't think they can overturn it to call an offensive foul in that situation. I'm pretty sure they can either just call it like it's either a foul or it's not.
It'd be a foul or it'd be a jump ball.
No, because OG had the ball.
Oh, OG did have the ball.
Yeah,
right.
OG had the ball. He was dribbling. So I don't even think they can turn it into an offensive foul there. I think they either had to call it a defensive foul or, it's nothing. Which, okay, you got the benefit of them calling nothing. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me that this is where they're going.
Yeah. Jordan Bub says, what was going through Deuce's mind as Dante DiVincenzo put up the final 3 in the final seconds? Please go in. Well, yeah, I think we all were at that point. Let's see. Jake Andrews. What was Jake Andrews saying? Oh, he says too many things can go wrong. You foul the guy, they grab the rebound, defense not set, lead to tip-ins, open threes. Prefer to play D straight. I think that was the question on
fouling, right?
Fouling up 3.
Tibbs is from the Van Gundy school. Like if you remember, we all remember the highlight of Carmelo Anthony's Knicks career, the Easter regular season game, where he asked, like I forget who, I think Breen's on the call with him. Breen's like, "Do you foul here?" Because they're up 2, or they were up 3, right at the end of regulation or whatever. And he's like, "Do you foul here?" And Van Gundy immediately says no. I guarantee you, Tibbs has the same exact mindset. He's always going to be like, "I trust our defense, and I'd rather play those percentages than play free throw game."
Yeah.
I just watched the play, and Nick Nurse is trying to call a timeout after Josh Hart got the ball.
Fucking idiot.
Like, what are you complaining about, man?
Bro, I hope we go into Philly and just absolutely beat the brakes off of them.
I mean, I need all of fucking Villanova to just come through and take over.
I need Let's Go Knicks chance at the end of game 3, dog.
I need MVP chance for Brunson.
Does he deserve him yet?
In the Gooner chats, probably.
In the Gooner chats. Dog. Bruh, that tweet really blew up over the other day.
He fucking saw it too. That was the funny part. Because he unfollowed her immediately.
Yeah, the Lakers are up 20. Holy shit.
Dog.
It's about time they fucking beat him.
Anthony Davis is fucking cooking. Holy shit.
Let me see his stat line.
He's got 30 and 6. He's 13 of 14 from the field in 22 minutes.
Bro, he must have saw that clip of Dwight Howard talking about how he could lock up Jokic and do all this other shit. He took that shit personally.
He's talking about he needs to be locked up his fucking self.
Nobody can lock up Jokic, by the way. Even in this game, he's got 12 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists in 22 minutes. Like, you're not locking up Nikola Jokic. Be real.
D'Angelo Russell's hit 6 threes. He's 6 of 7.
This is the greatest game of his career. There's not
legitimately.
There's like no doubt about that.
And of course, Spencer Dinwiddie's -4.
Oh man. I wanted to bring this up. Jordan Bubb had posted this. Isaiah Hartenstein tonight, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. I think he had 2 blocks at halftime. Pretty sure he had 1 assist. I think he had 1 rebound and maybe 2 points. Like, pretty amazing second half from him. Truly.
Yeah, really great second half.
Also,
Brunson was finding him on those plays. Like he was finding him for all those dunks and floaters.
Also, Kenny, I saw your comment earlier. Yes, I am conflicted that while I'm wearing this Brunson jersey, he is playing like shit, but the Knicks are finding. And the Knicks just won. It's like a top 3 playoff game for them, basically. Like a top 3 crazy finish playoff game. So, unfortunately, Jalen Brunson will have to adapt to my wearing his jersey, and that's
the
on him.
adjustment.
Yeah, that's on him.
Let's see. Chris Bernhardt says Daryl Morey's resume being handed a top 10 NBA player because the Thunder are cheap. Doc Rivers adding to his choking resume and then proceeding to get railed by Steph Curry multiple times. Nice one. Oh, we got some great comments about Morey here. Malaka 1606. Morey is a loser, and his loser mentality has extended down to the players. Embiid looking like a clown in these post-game comments.
Yes, I completely agree with this. I think everything, and this happened with the Rockets too. It's never their fault.
It's always the refs. It's always the refs. That was the problem with the Houston Rockets that made them so annoying all those years.
They've never lost a game legitimately. They've never lost a series legitimately. It's always the refs. The refs fucked them. The refs did this. The refs did that. Like, look, we sat here last year in that Miami series bitching about the refs. I did not. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'd be shocked if I even ever sent a tweet or like a thought or on a podcast just saying like, yeah, the Knicks lost a series because of the refs. Like, you don't lose. Like, I'm sorry. At some point, you can say the officiating isn't doing you any benefits, and it might not. Okay, tough shit.
Overcome it. Yeah, overcome it.
Well, you just have to adapt. Like, it is. You can either sit there and be like, well, why won't they change their mind?
Your players are that good. Your team is that good. Overcome it. Simple. Every team has dealt with shitty refs. The refs are shitty all around. So overcome it. And this is the playoffs. If you're gonna start crying about the refs after game 2 of round 1, I don't know how you're gonna deal with the rest of the postseason, dog. I really don't.
Sorry, they've got all their like excuses now lined up, right? So now we got the officiating.
We got Embiid is basically half dead.
Yeah, Embiid is hurt and his eye, he has pink eye or something, and he's like beat up like Rocky or something in his eye. He can't actually see out of it. He's gonna start screaming.
He's actually got a glass eye, by the way.
He's gonna start screaming Adrian at the end of the next game. And Tyrese Maxey was totally really really sick today. Had the sniffles. They're gonna need campaign. They're gonna need campaign tonight.
Bro, did you know that Tyrese Maxey needed a freaking IV before the game?
Yeah, oh man, what a hero. That's crazy.
He was almost rushed to the hospital. Paul Park says this locker room interview of Embiid sitting down, holding his head in his hands, looking deflated is great. Yeah, that's great stuff. I don't know if he's looking down and in his jersey because his eye cannot see anything. Because like he had sunglasses on all day today. Is he concussed? Like, is he concussed? Like, why does he have sunglasses on? Like, why can't his eye close? Like, what is going on there? Milan Patel says 8-0 run in 30 seconds to win a playoff game by 3. This is an all-time Knicks history moment. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Milan Patel, Sam. Pronounce it properly, all right?
Sorry.
Stop disrespecting my culture.
All right.
My culture, not your costume.
Oh, thank you, Jordan Bub. Through 2 games, Joel Embiid has 24 free throw attempts. Jalen Brunson has 15 free throw attempts. Laughable attempts by the Sixers to make a story that isn't even true. Laughable attempt by the Sixers fans, and even fans of other teams who decided to just hop on the Sixers bandwagon out of nowhere. Shout out to those losers who have no ounce of shame at all. But yeah, I saw a lot of tweets today or a lot of tweets recently, ever since especially Brian Windhorst, that fucking whale, decided to tweet, not even tweet, he decided to go on the podcast and talk about Jalen Brunson being a master of the dark arts. Ever since then, I've been seeing a whole bunch of people embracing this narrative that Jalen Brunson is like some foul baiter. He is whistle hunting. Yes, he does do that. He does the whistle hunting occasionally, but like to make it as egregious as people make it seem. And then, the retort by other people are always like, oh, Embiid, he's a 7-foot post player who gets doubled all the time. Of course he's going to get fouled. Well, sure. But yeah, I thank you, Jordan Buff, for bringing up this stat, because I've just been seeing this narrative being painted way too much. I rather people just say Jalen Brunson's playing like crap instead of calling him a nasty foul baiter. while Joel Embiid is opposite him on the court. Like, I'd rather just people just go with that narrative instead of that. So, I don't know your thoughts, guys.
Tyrese.
What's up? Sorry, I literally have to do something. But
What are you fucking stoned over there?
no, I made grad students.
420 was 2 days ago.
I was checking on homework. My bad. What did I miss?
I was talking about the Jalen Brunson foul
Oh,
baiting
the
allegation.
24 to 15, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. If you're complaining about Jalen Brunson free throws, then I see a lot. I saw Celtics fans complaining about it for whatever reason. It's like, bro,
Celtics fans rooting for the Sixers.
No, you know what it is.
Shame.
You know what it is, though. You know what that's about, right?
They want to face a gimpy team.
No. That's about first team All NBA.
Oh yeah,
That's
they're crying about that.
Because
you're not even gonna get it.
Historically, Celtics have always been robbed of
Everything.
of honors that they totally deserve, like Malcolm Brogdon.
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart getting a DPOI.
He got DPOY, by the way, because they wanted to give it to freaking Rob Williams, but he got hurt. So they were like, we have to give it to another Celtic somehow, some way this year.
And
so they were like,
Draymond's
let's give it to
backing
Marcus
about.
Smart.
That
I
and
don't give a
Draymond's
shit about anything from Celtics fans about getting robbed of any awards. You have robbed countless teams and countless players of awards. I had to hear all year last year about how Malcolm Brogdon was so great as the seventh man because Emmanuel Quickley was great as a starter filling in, and that didn't matter.
Yeah, it's funny though because Naz Reid, his Sixth Man of the Year candidacy popped when he started
starting games for the Timberwolves by the same reporters who made that same argument last year.
And now fucking the Ringer is legit probably what the second biggest national basketball media corporation aside from ESPN.
And guess what they're filled with? A bunch of guys from Boston. Whoa! Who could have seen that coming?
Like, it's a joke, man.
Nick Nurse, he said, I called the timeout. The referee looked right at me, ignored me. It went into Tyrese. I called timeout again, and then the melee started.
You calling it a melee, bro? You're so
Melee.
dramatic.
You want to see a melee, man?
Go to Brownsville. That's
Damn.
Hey, go to the part of Brownsville that's like not getting gentrified right now.
For real.
I'm trying to like get Dick Nurse fucking
killed.
Yeah, is that what you're doing?
He said melee. You want to see a melee, man? Go to certain parts.
Hop on the J train at like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yo, I have woken up at the end of the J train one time.
Oh my god!
Luckily, I was not robbed, so that was good.
Did you experience a melee?
I did not.
No, I just experienced.
I experienced like being like, "Where am I right now? How can I get a cab right now?"
You're like, "Oh my god!"
I will pay $600 for this. I need to leave right now.
Just go to Broadway Junction and go up that escalator.
Oh god,
that's
dude,
a melee.
yo, that Broadway Junction stop is crazy. Those stairs go on forever too. What
I know, dude.
They're insane. So Nick Nurse, you want to see a melee while you're in New York? I'll give you some suggestions.
For real, like take the 2 train. That's a melee.
Yeah, take the G.
No, that's sick.
Oh my
god. Jordan Bubb shows the fight this team has. Deuce McBride says the end of tonight's game is the best finish he's ever been part of as an athlete. That's crazy. But yeah, he was on the floor actually for the last 2 defensive possessions, right? So
yeah, yes, he was.
Good for him. Look, it's cool to see Tibbs trusting him in these key moments and stuff like that. I actually think he probably should have left. Look, it's easy in hindsight to criticize him for it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he should have let him stay on the floor and just keep Brunson out for a little bit. They were really cooking. They were up 6 or 7 when Brunson came back in. And I'm not going to kill Brunson, obviously. I think he was executing what Tibbs wanted him to do. But I thought they'd found a little bit of a rhythm with Deuce at point, weirdly, and I thought they had enough of a cushion to maybe give that a little bit more time. But look, all's well that ends well, I guess.
Yep. Jordan Bob says 76ers fans are mad that Brunson was holding Maxey on that inbound. He said, I was annoyed that Batum was holding Brunson for the entire fourth quarter. I think it evens out. Bro, Batum was allowed to just get away with a lot of bullshit in that last quarter.
They just think because he's a fucking blockhead and he's French that he's doing everything politely. You gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to hear shit about they're playing too physical, man. Like for a fan base based in Philadelphia where they talk about how tough they are and how rowdy they are and how physical they can get, they're acting like some really whiny bitches now. And it's like, I'm sorry, you get
bro. That's the Daryl Morey team special.
Again, like you can't handle a couple gooners.
You can't handle a couple gooners. Yeah, you can't handle jerk off Jalen over there.
You can't handle Jerko, Jalen, and breast milk Hart.
Oh man,
and a couple of white guys. Like, dude, really? Got Joel Embiid crying, "Oh my god, the refs are horrible." While he gets 12 free throws for breathing and existing.
Oh my god. We got some good comments here.
Can I read this? I want to read this tweet. This is from Sean Barnard, who is a Sixers insider or Fox Philly Gambler. Wow.
Oh boy.
I bet you could take this guy to school, Sam. This is what he tweeted. This is what he said. The worst part about it is this Knicks team just straight up isn't that good. The Sixers have beat themselves both games. One, I think it's hilarious that still.
Bro, didn't we hear the same shit from Cavs reporters and fans last year?
Exactly.
Yes. And then
remember when we gave them our best punch and that was their worst punch and somehow we won the series 4-1?
Well, and the second thing is this. Not beating yourself is part of being a good basketball team and winning games. You want to know who never beats themselves and that's why they're so fucking annoying to play and why everybody hates playing them? The Heat. That's like literally what their entire thing. That is their entire thing.
And Jalen Brunson beats himself too much, and you still can't beat us.
Yeah. So I just find it hilarious that this is like the new copium. Well, they're actually not even. So we're not even that good, and you're down 2-0 with our best player shooting
garbage.
Putting up tour dates,
putting up Lisa and fucking tour dates.
Wow.
Lisa and tour
that's crazy.
Crazy.
This is from HB Greg. HB Greg, thank you again for the super chat. Isn't Brunson an Eagles fan and his worst games come against the Sixers?
Exactly. He's just trying to fucking save Kyle Neptune's job somehow, some way. He's like, if I play garbage, they're gonna be like, we won't blame the fucking program. Whatever. Jalen Brunson will find himself with Saquon sits front row and he goes off for 40 because fuck Saquon Barkley.
Good one. I agree. I
agree.
Life. Yeah. Hug Life. Thank you for the super chat, Hug Life. Come back to the Discord whenever you feel like you need to. Brunson better stop choking or that hillbilly Aces coach will come back around.
Bro, Becky Hammond is just like she's
waiting in the cut.
Licking my chops.
She's waiting in the cut. Just oh yeah? This guy's shot bad for 2 games, huh? I've been waiting. It's like the Meek Mill thing. I've been praying for times like these.
Yo. Jordan Bob, he says Brian Suter or MD. He says, I don't understand why he's so hesitant with showing his eye. I can't stomach an entire playoff run of watching him suffer with the clear pain he's in the knee and maybe the eye.
He's just winking for the hoes in the crowd, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Bro, I'm about to watch the Brian Suter video after this game. He's probably about to drop some beans about Embiid having some rare disease now or some shit. And that's why he's so debilitated right now. Oh man. JL says Brunson did his version of the Kyrie, I won't shoot 7 for 22 again, but our fearless leader is a real winner unlike Kyrie's loser ass.
He hit the big shot when it matters, okay? And aside from 2016, Kyrie Irving hasn't done that. So we're winning here.
Dude, good for Kyrie, I guess. He's down 1-0 in a series right now. Congrats to him.
You know who's not down? You know who's not down? Jalen Brunson.
Dario Salzman He says it's true that the Sixers have Brunson locked up, but we've won both games where he has been. We've shown we can do that. All it takes is just one good Brunson game, just one, and this series is over.
If he has a good game in game 3, this series is over.
I mean, they're already mentally shook. They're calling the freaking league office for
Adam Silver.
We're gonna get like Zapruder
It's
footage.
hurting.
We're gonna
What?
we're gonna get Zapruder footage of like the Knicks
I gotta
nurse
tweet that.
timeout thing. Jordan Bub again posting this. Isaiah Hartenstein says that his mentality on the Knicks' last offensive possession was to go get the ball. I just knew at the end we needed any possession possible. Dude, he fucking skied for that rebound. Like it looked like you seen like the Free Willy cover. That's what he looked like. He was like fucking emerging out of water, out of nowhere. Just flew in. I don't know how he kept his balance. Genuinely have no idea how he kept his balance. I still have no clue how he got the ball to OG there. There were like 4 Sixers around him. It was crazy. What an incredible play, man. What a player. He's special, man. He's been great for us.
Yeah. Shout out to him. And I don't mind like this. Like I like the adjustments that Dibs has done in terms of like whoever has it rolling, like that's who's finishing the games. Like you saw today. Holy shit, KCP. But yeah, what you call it? He Dibs has shown the ability, like, okay, last game, Mitch had it going down the stretch, so Mitch closes it out. This game, Hartenstein, he didn't have it going game 1, but today he had it going, so he finishes the game with Hartenstein. So I like seeing that because Dibs usually can be super rigid with who closes games and stuff like that. So it was good to see him have that little bit of flexibility there. And it's good to have 2 options at center who are like really good, and we just didn't have to go with still no Precious yet.
Thank God.
I think this is just not a good match. There's no use for him in this matchup because Philly's not going to go small, right? Like the Embiid is their best player, so they're not going to really go small. Why would you want him to come in just to play against Paul Reed when you have Mitch and Hartenstein? That doesn't make any sense. I think if we play Boston, you'll see Precious though. I could even maybe see him against Indiana, just kind of like if we played Indiana, assuming they. I mean, who knows? Like, look, I'll just say this: I'd much rather go down. Like, captain's supposed to go down with the ship. Brunson's like he's like I'll take all the shots if that's what's required. I'd much rather have that than whatever the fuck Tyrese Halliburton did last night.
This guy was
7 shots.
Like, I'm
that's
past
crazy.
Man.
7 shots. I mean, passing is one thing, but he wasn't even trying to like create really. Like he was just like bringing the ball up.
Here, TJ McConnell.
And then just like swinging.
TJ McConnell, I believe in you. Bro, that possession where TJ McConnell bricked 2 straight threes on the same possession. They were wide open ass threes. That shit was hilarious.
I'm laughing at this. HP Craig, Embiid got the Botox eye. Hashtag confirmed. Common side effects of Botox injections around the eyes include poor eyelid closure, drying of the ocular tissues, light sensitivity, excessive watering or tearing, irritation.
Dog. That's hilarious. Bruh, if Murray or Jokic can start diving, that would be amazing, by the way.
You're talking about parlays after this game, bro?
Yes, I am. Doesn't stop. Come on, you know this. You think playoffs is going to stop me from betting, Tyrese? Come on. Get real.
I try to have faith.
No, the playoffs is like the one time you gotta bet. Like tonight's games are super competitive, except for the Cavs Magic game. That game you don't bet on that. That series you don't bet on that series.
Yeah, I mean you don't watch that series either.
I watched like the beginning of it just because Knicks Sixers wasn't on yet, and I was like, "What the hell am I watching?" And then Jalen Suggs like looked like he blew out his knee, and then he was fine.
Bro, these fake ass injuries, man.
Bro, I'm tired of it. Looking like they died in the first half and then come back in the second half. Like, all right, man.
We used to be warriors, man. We used to put some ice and get the fuck out. Now you got people. You can't walk over underneath your own power, and then 20 minutes later, you get fucking strapped up a Toradol, and now you could fucking play another half of basketball. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm watching this replay again. I genuinely don't know why Kyle Lowry was like dying
Curled
on the
up.
floor. Yeah, I don't actually get what happens to him.
It's like that fucking video of like the Joker dude, like the guy dressed up as Joker, like flying back and like hitting the fucking ground. That's how Kyle Lowry plays basketball.
Bro.
Just throws himself in the fucking ground. And then looks for a foul.
This is
Unfortunately, I would gladly take him on my team next year.
from... Who, Lowry?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would love him on the Knicks. We'd probably all love him on the Knicks.
exactly. That's what
HP Greg, Cleveland has owned Schwinn in the series. They have owned me, but you know what hasn't owned me is the under in both games. Has not owned me. I've owned the under, and it has been.
You
fantastic.
bet the under?
Yeah, it was 203 today. It was 20. It was 209 when it opened in game one. I got it at 208, and then it got bet down to like 207, I think. But they opened this today at 203.
Yeah, that was an easy under bet.
I honestly, you know what I should have? I should have just taken the under on both fucking teams too. But either way, fuck you, HP Greg. Just kidding.
D'Lo's drawing fouls. That's when you know this fucking game is fixed.
Oh man, what a game!
Are the Lakers gonna fucking do it? Are they actually gonna beat the Nuggets for once?
This would be the funniest. Like, this would be the funniest one yet for the Nuggets to pull out.
All I'm saying is the Lakers beat the Nuggets. I think the chip is ours. Whatever.
Okay. Jordan Bub, the Mike Breen double bang gang.
Pause.
Wow. That is a crazy name.
Jesus.
The double bang gang. He says Steph Curry 2016,
This
Eric
is a family show.
Gordon 2019, Luka Doncic 2020, Marcus Smart 2021, Julius Randle 2023, and Dante DiVincenzo 2024. The Mike Breen double
bangs
gang.
in 2 years. Now Mike Breen's just giving it up to everybody now.
Dude, Dante didn't just hit that three either. He got the loose ball when Lowry knocked it away for the first three from Brunson. Dante's the one that ended up with the loose ball. I don't know if Hart passed him or if Dante just got it himself, but he ended up with it, and then he made the play for Brunson to get the three. So just a fucking awesome sequence from him overall. And dude, he just played with. I thought he played so hard tonight. I thought he played with force compared to how he played in the first game, where he was like really passive. This was exactly what you want from him.
Double bang gang. That's a crazy name.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't believe this game. What a great
Poor
game.
Poor Shro, bro. Poor Shro, bro.
Trill, bro, man, he's definitely going through it.
Right, that it for us, or
let's see.
Still going through some of these comments.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments, Tyrese. I know that you've got a lot going on in your social life here.
Shout out to all the comments. Shout out everyone tuning in. We got over 1,400 viewers across YouTube and Twitter. So shout out everyone that's tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like if you're not on YouTube. Leave a like and retweet, I guess. Retweet the stream. Make sure other people can see it. Isaiah Hartenstein says the job isn't finished. It's only 2 games. You have to win 4 to get it done. Like that mentality. Also like the mentality of not worrying about the refs. I haven't really heard our players really complain about it. Like I haven't heard anyone complain about Embiid getting a freaking ton of whistles either. Like
Embiid sucks. Fuck him.
thank you. Thank you. Like I'm sorry.
I just can't do this fucking thing. Like, can you lose with some dignity? Like, I don't think this is like so.
You're asking
hard.
a Daryl Morey team to lose with dignity.
It's unbelievable to me. Like, every team that loses in the playoffs, especially in competitive series, is upset, is frustrated, feels all kinds of, this thing went against us, that thing went against us. It is like basic sportsmanship to be somewhat of a gracious loser. And for them to just be melting down after this game too is unbelievable. It's genuinely unbelievable, the comments they're making and all that stuff.
Yeah, like, wow. If I know Sixers fans are gonna ride for their team and ride for their players, but like, there's got to be some level of like
shame,
dignity, and shame associated that you got to find with this. What? Ace Bouchard. What is this?
Let's move on. I don't have to read this one. But I hope it's okay for him, for Joel's sake.
Joel, I mean, everything's breaking on him apparently this year.
Big Nick energy. Joel Embiid definitely voted that he wouldn't want to play for Tibbs. He's soft. Yeah, Embiid could not play for Tibbs. I think that's very, very obvious. Although he does play for Nick Nurse, so who the hell knows?
I mean, but like Tibbs is a different level of crazy than Nick Nurse. He just played Josh Hart 48 fucking minutes.
It's playoffs though, so
Yeah, I know, but like game 2, or you're already going to the 48 minutes box. Nuts. Good nuts, but
bruh,
nuts.
enough suits for Jalen Brunson. I'm tired of it. No more suits.
He needs to get a fucking tracksuit on.
Wear some casual attire.
Just wear the shit you've been wearing all year.
Yeah, like what's with all these suits, man?
No, you want to be fucking fancy.
He's going through his Major League 2 Ricky Vaughn arc.
Oh man, there's a bunch of clips that are going around. There's a Sixers fan that's reacting to this game.
I mean, look, I get I understand why the Sixers fans, they should be melting down. I'd be melting down if I was a Sixers fan. I just find it crazy to like the copium to be like, oh my God, Nick Nurse called a timeout. Give me a break, dude. Nick Nurse is fucking fat loser.
Okay, apparently the Sixers plan to say in the grievance that they have been disadvantaged more than any other team. They'll provide information from the last 2-minute reports during the regular season and into game 1 of the series.
What is that? Okay, this already is the dumbest complaint ever. What the fuck does the regular season have to do with any of this? What does that have to do with anything? What does it what could the fucking regular season possibly have to do with the first 2 games of a fucking playoff series? This is already like the dumbest fucking complaint that clearly is never going to work. Like,
bruh,
what are they? Do you really think they're going to go back?
We sweep them.
Do you really think they're going to go back? Adam Silver is going to be like, you know what? They make some good points. Let's replay the first 2 games of this series. Are you fucking kidding me? Adam Silver is going to look at this, fucking spit on it, wipe his ass with it, and send it back to fucking Morey for like fucking, next day delivery. It's ridiculous. These guys, man. Oh, we've been disadvantaged more than anybody. And this guy says the same shit about. Apparently, his team is the most historically disadvantaged team every fucking year. I don't know, dude. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it is you. Maybe it's just you. Fucking toad.
Oh man, Daryl Morey doesn't get tired of like bitching and moaning every year.
No, the guy has a fucking portrait of James Harden in his house. He's just a weirdo.
I mean, he's had to tweet for like the 5 out of the last 7 years that Steph Curry is hurting. So like, the guy apparently likes being fucking humiliated by small guards. He has a fetish for it. I don't fucking know.
Chris Bernhard says this is like when the Clippers called the cops on the Rockets. Then Chuck and Shaq were mocking it on Inside the NBA.
That's a
police presence.
That's a great Inside the NBA clip.
That is arguably the best one of all time.
That's their like magnum opus right there.
Where's this from? This from Vivek. The Knicks, he's put this in quotations. The Knicks have included private information about the referees in their game notes. What does that mean?
I think it's
their address.
The analytics from.
I think it's the scouting report that we saw about like Scott Foster in that first game.
No, I know that. It's what private information. It's like
like this ref lives on 99 Cherry Lane.
The fucking Samaj move.
This ref's child attends school at this place.
Stanley, man, it costs 76ers $10,000 to file grievance. They should give the money to charity, not the NBA. That's the dumbest thing about this. Like, what? Like, I genuinely thought it was kind of stupid when the Knicks filed their grievance, just because I'm like, you're never going to win this. You're never going to win any of these unless it's something like, I think the last time it worked was the Shaq one, right? Where they said he had fouled out, but he only had 5 fouls. So like that makes sense because that's like materially, that's objectively, there's no subjectivity to that call, right? That's just you're complete fucking up. There's subjectivity to like any officiating decision. That's how it works. So you're never going to win a grievance that's based on oh well, we're getting a bad whistle here. It's like, all right, well maybe you are, but that's tough shit. It's human error. Like you're just never gonna win a grievance based on that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's fucking Monday, by the way.
Yeah, it's already midnight.
Does not feel like a Monday. It's probably because I'm like still fucking just like amped up right now.
Bro, Big Nick Energy says not going to sleep. This was amazing. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna go to sleep to that. But...
I didn't even eat shit. Because I don't know, this entire game I was just like on my couch like this game is just killing me. These swings. When they got up 8 in the fourth quarter, I was like, all right, like hopefully we can pull away here. And then you know what happened? You know who fucking made a shot? Fat fuck Kyle Lowry made a shot.
Oh my god.
Corner 3. That was the one possession defensively that I was like, Jalen Brunson, what are you doing? He just did not fight over the screen. But I will say, as bad as he's been offensively, I just think defensively he's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
The blown rotations, but otherwise he's been fine.
But I mean, that's just going to happen, right? Like you're going to blow some rotations, so whatever. But I think he's actually been his rebounding has actually been really good so far in the series.
Well, Clyde Frazier says Sixers hiring the Trump legal team for this grievance. Kenny Merrill says the Philly crowd will turn on this Philly team real fast if the Knicks can get out to a fast start.
Yes.
In Philly, they hate Tobias Harris.
Dude, this is a great point. I actually saw actual Sixers fans tweeting out like before the play-in game against Miami, where they were like, "Guys, like if you're going to the game today, don't start booing and stuff like that." I was like, "What is going on here?" like we're on Twitter asking fans to not boo, like.
Some dark times in their fan base. I mean, they had to go through the Ben Simmons year, so
it's all right. At least they have a lot of cap space.
Yeah, they'll sign Klay Thompson.
Yeah, maybe they can sign Paul George.
Yeah, he'll definitely save them. Paul George and his 5 turnovers a game.
Oh, look at this, Lil V772. I'm a Heat fan, but congrats to you guys. Thanks.
Real.
It's unfortunate that you guys are playing Celtics without Jimmy Butler, but please let Bam know that maybe he'll get a couple shots in before the end of the series. Help out the Knicks.
Bruh, this clip of Kyle Lowry flopping is hilarious, dog. Bro, he looks like a fish.
Send it in the comments. Dude, Kyle Lowry is ridiculous. I can't watch that guy. I need him to just be on the Knicks so that I can like watch all this shit and be like, man, he's so crafty.
What a winner.
Yeah, hey, he just wants to win. By the way, the fucking Heat, this guy brought me thinking, these fucking assholes had to trade him. He gets bought out and he ends up on the fucking Sixers, who we had to play in a playoff series. Like, do you know how couldn't they have just kept him? Couldn't they just kept him and just like, God damn it, I have to deal with this guy for another year in the playoff series? Ugh. Man, that sucks.
Bruh. I put the clip in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, he says here, yeah, we're pretty much dead this playoffs. Yeah, I mean, they're literally depending on fucking Tyler Hero to be the number one option. Within the first 3 minutes of that Celtics game, I was just like, yeah, this is not going to be pretty. I mean, look, maybe Spoelstra can devil magic his way into a win, but like, it's just great. Like the Celtics were getting so many good three. Like they could have had like fucking 33.
Chat GPT basketball.
It was crazy. Crazy.
Ozzy Mozzie says, I used to think Sam was a gambling addict, but now I see him as a struggling teacher trying to survive. Eric Adams, public school salaries. Salute to you, man.
He's still a gambling addict. Relax.
No.
He can be both. He can be both.
It's not an addict. I'm trying to survive Eric Adams' impossible teaching salaries.
Sam got prenups to think about, so I get
our great fearless leader, Eric Adams.
Also, the Lakers are going to lose this game, by the way.
Malek Haddad.
As long as either Jokic or Murray gets some assists, I'm good.
Malek Haddad. I hope I pronounced that right. Yesterday I said I was getting up drinking during the week Watch the game at the bar like a good boy, staying on juice all game. How was I supposed to stay sober after this? Fire stream, guys. Hey, I've been there. We've all been there.
Hey,
Constant. This is from Constantine. I guess we're going to blow this, but this is the one that I want to bring up. Constantine Magic goes, Ace, we need him because he has devil magic. That is correct. Kyle
Wait,
Lowry
Sam,
has-
where's the video, by the way?
I put it in the comments
Comments
pull it.
where?
here on the stream. Just look for my name.
Oh,
I don't see it. I'm
yeah, me
mad.
neither.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, this is I don't know, man. I genuinely I'm gonna rewatch this game, but like I don't even know what to say about that last fucking whatever it was, like 45 seconds of the game. Just I mean, how many big plays they come up with? They get the fucking Dante gets the loose ball. He creates a three for Brunson. Brunson makes a step back. He hasn't made shit all game. I think that was his first three of the game, right? He gets it like bounces off the rim in. They get a steal off the inbounds. Dante misses an open three. Hartenstein, crazy offensive rebound, swings it to OG. OG back out to Dante. He cashes the three. I heart block on the next defensive possession. OG comes up with the board, drains both the free throws, and then they just lock down Philly on the last. I don't know what the hell Maxey was doing on the last possession, by the way. That was a really weird possession from him. And then Embiid just did not get a good look at all. I was so scared when he let it go that I was like, is that going to bank in? Am I going to want to shoot myself? But it didn't. So we made it. We made it.
All right, let me see if I can get it now. Holy shit. I hate
Jordan Bubb says this. Jordan Bubb posted this. This is from Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey was asked for his vantage point on the Knicks' steal and go-ahead three-point in the closing seconds. Wow, there's at least one person has some levity on this team. Just got to rebound. I can't turn the ball over. Can't lose the ball.
Wow, shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey for having some actual professionalism and levity in this situation.
Tyrese Maxey being the vet of this team is hilarious.
So this is the tweet, huh?
Yeah. Bro, once you see this clip, dog.
Bro. How did he like
Bruh.
launch himself? Like,
How do you
3
do
feet.
that, dog?
He had a
Bruh.
couple of crazy. There was one play earlier where he was like running in, like he tried to put his body between Hartenstein and the rim and just like threw himself like 20 feet in ahead of him. And I was like, what are you doing?
Dog, he is insane. The fact that he's doing this stuff and like
Bro,
Sixers fans are
Embiid is the one
crying
that
about
pushed him.
Jalen Brunson is insane.
Embiid is the one that pushed him.
Dog, you see that clip?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
This Chris Bernard said Lowry got taken out by a sniper.
Actually, though, but this angle, you can actually see, dude, that pass from Hartenstein there is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
he's falling and gets in between two defenders there. That is unbelievable.
Bro, and B just tossed him aside like he was a little rag doll. And Kyle Lowry just fucking exaggerated it so much.
Lowry's, that's honestly, dude, that's crazy. It's really unbelievable to watch.
Bruh, that's insane. Oh, man. But shout out to Tyrese Maxey for that quote, taking responsibility, not crying about the refs, not leaving the game up to anyone else, you know, saying, you know what, I messed up there. The rest of his team and his freaking GM should take notes. Daryl Morey, that's what you do when you lose a basketball game. You take accountability.
So I don't file a grievance. That has no chance of fucking doing anything.
Such a loser. What else we got here? Constantine also says it's a shame that dudes really do that to win a game because they aren't good enough to beat you. Again, I will salute the Cavs because the Cavs didn't have to do this. Like they kind of just owned up. They're like, you know what? Like Jared Allen said, the lights were too bright for him. You know, that takes real balls to admit that shit. I feel like the Sixers are just, they're letting role players kind of punk them, and they're not taking responsibility for it.
MVP of the league is getting punked by a quarter fucking black man. Okay, that's the league that Adam Silver wants.
Yes, this is the Mike Plu. That flop is hilarious, especially because he flopped on Embiid. Yeah, it's crazy.
It doesn't matter who's around. Kyle Lowry's gonna sell it, man. JK says LeBron is his GOAT for obliterating Lowry in Toronto over and over for years.
Yeah.
And DeRozan. What a combination.
Legends of the game.
We're
good.
All right. I think we're gonna stop here. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Oh, Khan is joining us.
Oh, all right.
Guess we'll stick around. What's up, Khan?
Yo, are you guys gonna be on until the Lakers game is over?
How much time's
Probably
left?
not.
It's
7
like
minutes.
7.5 minutes.
They're 4, right?
They're up 6.
I think you guys are a little bit behind.
The Lakers are up 4, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I am behind.
Yeah, I'm behind too.
Yeah, I think we should end it there, though. We're just talking about nothing now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Mike does bring up this series does feel like the Cavs from last year, but more fun with the dramatic shit. I think it feels more fun too because it's like the Cavs have. I mean, the Sixers have better players than the Cavs did last year.
I mean, the stakes are higher for the Knicks too. The Knicks
Yeah.
did not duck the smoke, as they themselves said. They got the
And as
2
many
seed
people wanted them to.
Yeah, they got the 2 seed. They wanted the 2 seed. They wanted the Sixers, I guess, or the Sixers or the Heat, I guess, in that scenario. And look, my main thought with this series and why I was like, it doesn't make sense to tank into a matchup. The Knicks are learning more about their team against this Philly team than they would have playing, whoever else, whatever. But the Sixers are a good team. So you're learning more about your roster and players on your roster than you would have otherwise. And whether that benefits them in terms of decisions they make with player personnel and shaping the roster moving forward after this season, that's one thing. But I think this is a great experience for Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? He is struggling. He does have to figure it out and adapt and adjust to the different coverages that he's facing. But
Ron.
But yeah, to me, it's just this is an important series for the Knicks in a lot of ways, and I think they're learning a lot from it. And yeah, you learn more from playing good team. We learned more playing the fucking Heat last year than we did playing the Cavs.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
and you want to see Brunson against a Nick Nurse defense with a guy like Embiid, in the paint with athletic wings like Oubre and etc. Just to see okay. He didn't really he handled it fine against Cleveland, but it's just a different look, right? It's a different feel. You're gonna likely play Giannis next round. You're gonna play Brook next round. You want to see how he plays against actual playoff big men who are good in the playoffs, not Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So, is it gonna give us all a seizure every once in a while? Yeah, but we're all gonna be fine. It's okay. We're up to statistically, it's 92% of the teams who go up to
93%.
93. So it hasn't been pretty, but
yeah, I mean, so much for the Knicks giving the Sixers their best punch in that first game, as we've come to realize is never the case with the Knicks. The Knicks are always apparently giving their best punch in the first game.
Yeah, and anytime the Knicks play good, it's always their best punch. We haven't even played good, in my opinion. We had a couple players who played good, but we haven't played good.
Yeah. Dog, what the hell is up with Embiid, dog? This nigga looks dazed.
Dazed and confused.
People are saying he might actually have a concussion.
Bro, he's blinking with one eye.
Dude, he's not right. I think
something is definitely wrong with him.
It's crazy that he's been on the floor for all this. That's all I can say.
I mean, salute to him for being a warrior and pushing through it, but dog, he is gonna get multiple surgeries in the
my thing is okay, maybe you think you can beat the Knicks. Do you really think you can win 3 more playoff series?
with him playing like this?
Yeah,
Hell
like-
no.
Why are
Look,
you
he's
lying? You're
collapsed.
lying to yourself, bro.
Look, at various points in this game, and Breen and Clyde kept bringing it up too. Like he's like limping up the floor, like he's dragging his leg. And I would, if it's the NBA Finals, I get it.
But
Like
this
I
is the
get it.
first round, dog. Like he's never gonna make it.
Yeah, I don't know. All right,
I mean,
good?
yeah. Salute to him for thinking he can push through, but you got to know when's enough. When enough is enough. Maybe they'll realize it when they're down 3-0. But yeah.
Botox eye.
Oh yeah. HP Greg says he's got all the symptoms of Botox eye. But yeah, I think we'll end it here. Shout out to everyone that's been sticking with us for these 2 hours. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you guys follow us if you're watching on Twitter. We do these after every single Knicks game. Game 3 will be on Thursday. Holy
My bad. I always forget to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Sorry.
But yeah, make sure you guys tune in after game 3 on Thursday. I probably will not be there. We will be having our Strickland watch party, so maybe you'll be there for that.
And for the NFL draft.
Yeah, there's that too. But we're watching for Knicks playoff basketball, Con. But anyways, yeah, make sure you guys tune in after game 3 on Thursday. Everyone enjoy the long Knicks layoff. Hopefully the Knicks are able to take a commanding 3-0 lead. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Shout out to all the super chats. We appreciate those also as well. Great way to support us as well. Make sure you guys check out all the links in the description. We got links to the site, merch, Patreon, and Twitter.
Can I just read this? Look, we can close on this.
Yes.
This is from Chris Herring. According to Elias Sports Bureau, the Knicks are the 4th team in the last 25 seasons to win a playoff game after trailing by at least 5 points in the final 30 seconds of regulation. They are the first to win in regulation.
Wow.
Let's go. How many fucking goats did we sacrifice for that?
We just took a page out of the great Pat Riley's book.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Peace.